Ignorance of the law is no excuse. You guys will find out, though. I don't think you guys have met someone like me before.
Hi there.
Hi.
License registration, please. I see you're recording. Just want to let you know my vehicle is equipped with an audio-video recorder as well. Perfect. So I am recording as well.
We're getting pulled over.
My friend?
We got pulled over. Yep.
You're Jason Zimmer?
Huh?
Born March 1984?
Yeah.
And March 15th? Have you ever had a license in the province of
I'm not answering any questions. Do what you need to
Sorry.
do.
Do you have any paperwork for the vehicle?
What crime did I
fast
commit?
gas.
I'm assuming you're driving with no insurance because you have a plate that doesn't belong to ICBC.
Why are you making assumptions?
Well, do you have any paperwork to prove that you have insurance?
Did I do a crime? Did I commit a crime?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. So, one, you haven't provided me with the driver's license yet. That is a motor vehicle.
But why don't you go run me then?
Okay. Do you have any paperwork for the
I'm not answering any questions. Go do what you need to do.
You have no paperwork?
I'm not answering questions.
Okay.
Yep, as you can see, this officer had this guy pegged from the very start because backup has arrived already. And now he calls for a tow truck because the vehicle is uninsured. Well, he did say go do what you need to do. Also, this guy is pulling this sovereign citizen crap while he has 4 kids in the truck with him. So not only is he teaching his kids how to break the law, but he's doing it in an uninsured vehicle.
Alright. So Jason, I see under ICBC you do have an active driver's license. However, this vehicle is uninsured.
I know I canceled that, but I'm not answering any questions.
Okay. So you can't drive the vehicle from here. The vehicle's going to be towed, and the plates are going to be seized because they're not proper license plates. Okay?
You're going to do what you're going to do.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
I have no questions for you. I have no contracts or agreements with you guys. This happened over a year ago. I've been operating this way this whole time. No problem.
And have you been caught since?
I've been by everyone. No problems.
Unless you can prove that to me, I don't believe you.
I don't care what you believe.
All right.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that one too, because as the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, what can be asserted without evidence can also be dismissed without evidence. Just because you've been getting away with driving without legal plates for however long doesn't make it right or legal.
All right.
You're going to make your claim what you're going to do. What's your name and badge number?
Constable Gibson, 65120.
What about you? Name and badge number.
He wants your reg number. 62074.
Okay.
Okay. So, you haven't provided me the documentation. You do have a driver's license. You're driving with no insurance and wrong number plates. So, you're going to be getting a traffic ticket today, and the vehicle is going to be towed. Okay?
No, I don't agree to that.
It doesn't matter whether or not you agree.
Okay, you're going to do what you're going to do. You're going to do what you're going to do.
Okay.
Assertive but fair. Exactly how it should be when dealing with sovereign citizens.
Here's this back. I'm printing up the ticket, and then we'll go from there. Okay, Jason, this here is your name, your information, where the offense took place, the offenses, no insurance, failed to produce driver's license, wrong number plate, vehicle, and my information. Any information on how to pay or dispute is on the back. This is your copy. The tow truck is on the way.
I don't consent to this. You're creating a non-consensual security agreement on the side of the road without right.
It doesn't matter whether you consent or not. This is what's happening.
Okay, I know
British Columbia, you're required to have
I'm not
insurance.
part of the province of British Columbia.
Okay.
I'm not part of it anymore. And yes, I did have a license at one point, but I canceled that. No, I canceled it.
It's still valid.
Or
else you would have been getting more tickets.
You guys can keep forcing your will all you want. It doesn't matter. This happened to me over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
They took the plates off, towed the truck. Since then, I've been operating this way, traveling. I have the right to travel.
But in the province of British Columbia...
I'm not in the province of British Columbia.
When you're operating a motor vehicle on a public highway as created by the province of British Columbia, you're required to have insurance as issued by the Insurance Corporation of British Columbia. Unfortunately, you do not. This is why this is happening right now. Doesn't matter whether or not you're traveling or not. You are traveling on a motor vehicle highway created by the province of British Columbia. Okay? Okay.
Yes, he did just cite the right to travel, which is a US right in British Columbia, Canada, as his reason for why he doesn't need a driver's license. All we need now for him to do is plead the fifth and cite a uniform commercial code, and then we have the trifecta of dumb. And yes, he did all that in front of 4 impressionable youngsters.
Are they trying to take off your plates?
I guess so.
I don't want you to do nothing. I just want to record this, that's all.
Alright, so you riveted the license plate to your bumper.
Yes, because last time some highwaymen took it off and then said it's an abandoned vehicle on the side of the road and towed it. So this is affixed to my property, and you guys right now are trying to steal my property. So yeah, I'll record the theft, that's alright. It's affixed front and back. And I have been operating like this for over a year. Actually, it's almost been 2 years. It took 6 months before you guys did it the first time. Acting like highwaymen, not peace officers.
Okay, but it doesn't make it legal.
Yeah, you guys are going to do what you're going to do anyways. I already know. Fine.
Do you need a taxi for your family?
I don't need nothing. No, you don't worry about me.
Yeah. Alright, so Jason, because you riveted the plate to the vehicle, obviously I can't seize it, so the plate is going to stay on it. However, I'm going to be taking a bunch of photos of the vehicle instead. Okay?
Whatever you need to do.
Okay.
So I don't consent to him towing my property.
Doesn't matter.
Are you seizing my truck?
Well, it is being removed from the roadway.
Okay, but are you seizing my truck?
Let me finish talking.
Okay.
Stop interrupting.
Okay, speak.
So the vehicle is being removed from the roadway under the BC Motor Vehicle Act. If you can pay the tow company, you can have it towed home, back to your property.
I don't consent to any of it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
that is what it is.
So you're stealing my property then?
No.
Yeah.
It's being removed from the roadway.
You're not seizing it because I didn't commit a crime.
You committed an offense under the BC Motor Vehicle Act.
I'm not part of the province of British Columbia or ICBC. I've got no contracts with them.
Except you live within the province, so you're subject.
No, I'm not subject to them.
Yes, you are.
Can you provide evidence of that?
The fact that your vehicle has just been seized and will soon be on the back of a tow truck is evidence enough, I think. Also, saying you're not subject to the laws of British Columbia because you didn't agree or sign a contract is not and has never been a valid defence, because everyone is subject to the law whether they like it or not. I'm not a citizen of Canada, but I would be subject to their laws if I ever visited.
Regardless of the fact, Jason, the vehicle's being removed from the roadway. If you can pay to have it towed back to your property, you can do that. Otherwise, it will go back to their yard.
Well, I'll tell him when he gets here that I don't consent to it. Maybe I'll talk. Yeah, I don't care. He can be part of the he can be part of a lawsuit too.
You can tell him that all you want.
Okay.
But it's going to be towed back to either their yard or your property. That's what you want to pay her.
No, I guess we'll see. I've been operating like this for a long time now. You're the first one since over a year. Since
no one's seen you operating since.
I go every day, everywhere.
It doesn't matter if you go everywhere every day and you operate every day like that. It depends on whether or not you get located and pulled over by a police officer.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's what you get for believing the US Constitution applies in Canada, I guess. Also, like I said previously, just because the police didn't spot your illegal plate for over a year doesn't make you right. It means that you got away with breaking the law for over a year. That's nothing to brag about.
You know, contract makes the law, right? Do you understand anything about contract law, guys? Anything?
You can throw all of the freemen of the land.
Yeah, you can say free man on the land all you want.
Private citizen, Dominion of Canada, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're operating a motor vehicle within the province of British Columbia.
That's your claim.
No, that's the truth.
No, that's your claim. Okay.
Well, yeah, it is a claim, but it happens to be a claim that is correct, and that claim allows him to impound your truck.
So when we go to court, are you going to be able to provide a promise to perform?
Since that's legal nonsense, no, because I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I love how soft sits have this unrealistic expectation of how they think their day in court will go. It makes that inevitable fail all the more satisfying when it comes, especially if he tries to cite contract law or the US Constitution in traffic court.
You guys understand that you're breaching my peace, right?
Sorry?
You're breaching my peace? You understand that? What's that? You're breaching my peace. What's that? I'm detained? Okay.
Yeah.
Detained for what exactly? A traffic stop? Okay.
Motor vehicle offense.
Okay.
Motor vehicle act.
Okay, yeah.
Typical Sovsit cites the breach of the peace code, which according to him doesn't apply because he cancelled all contracts, yet laughs at the thought of being detained on a traffic stop. You cannot make this stuff up.
So when it gets back to my place, I hop back in, go back on the road. You guys gonna do this again to me or what? Yeah? Okay. So you're gonna criminally harass me then? Till you guys get your way?
Doing our job.
Oh, is this what your job is? To criminally harass private citizens?
You're not a private citizen. You have a passport, so you're a citizen of Canada.
Okay, oh, there you
You
go.
have a passport, you're a citizen of Canada, and you're in Canada. You can't claim you're not if you have a passport. And you're using your passport number as a license plate.
Sorry, what was that?
You have a passport, so you have a contract with the government of Canada.
You don't understand contract law, do you?
I don't have to understand your
Yeah, of
contract
course.
at all.
That's fine. I don't care either if you don't understand it. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's fine. You guys will find out though. I don't think you guys have met someone like me before. What? No, okay.
Wow, you really must be a legend in your own head to come out with that statement. But I would expect nothing less from a narcissistic bully who is quite happy to threaten public officials because they dare hold you accountable for your unlawful actions. Unfortunately for you, this officer clearly has met someone like you before, so he's not intimidated by your empty threats.
You don't even understand what a promise to perform is.
It's not a real thing in the criminal code. Motor vehicle act.
Is this a part of the criminal code? What's the crime that I committed?
Motor vehicle act.
Okay, I'm not part of the Motor Vehicle Act. I never have any agreement with that. I don't have any
Drive
agreement.
on the roads created by the province of British Columbia, you are.
I'm traveling. I'm not driving on your roads.
Doesn't matter if you're
Yeah.
driving on the road. You're
Yeah.
driving on infrastructure created by the province of British Columbia. So you're subject to its laws and rules.
Whatever you believe.
So if you want to drive in the bush, you're not subject to them. But if you want to drive on a roadway paid for and funded by the taxpayers of Canada, you have to.
This is the Crown land, right?
No.
The Crown roads, the King's roads?
No.
Okay, so whose roads are they?
Province of British Columbia.
So the province of British Columbia owns them. You're saying that the province of the British Columbia owns all the public roads?
Yes.
They own all the public roads?
Yes.
Okay.
They
Okay.
funded them.
Oh, they fund them?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that the province of British Columbia funded it. I thought the people funded it.
You cut taxpayer money, yes.
So I'm the one contradicting myself.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Right, so this back and forth where he continues to contradict himself and play semantic games go on for another 10 minutes. So because of that, and that annoying giggle he does at the end of every sentence, I'm going to skip ahead to where the tow truck arrives.
I said I don't consent to you towing my property.
This is the driver.
You can put that away. Put it away.
You don't touch me.
Put it away.
I'm gonna record you out here in public. Yeah, you better not touch me.
Don't worry, I'm recording. So, he essentially has no insurance, but if he can't pay or he won't pay then.
Okay, did you want to inform your boss that I don't consent you to taking my property?
gonna pull it onto the deck, or are you gonna give him the key so he can drive it on?
No, I don't want him to damage my property, but if he damages my property, he could be held liable for it. I mean, I don't consent to none of this.
So if you don't want him to pull it onto the deck and damage it, then he needs the key so he can put it into neutral. Or you can put it into neutral yourself once he's hooked it up, but it's gonna have to...
You know, I'm not gonna damage my property. I'll do whatever, and I'll just come after you for it afterwards. It's fine. I don't care. And what company is this too? Because
Reliable Towing.
Reliable Towing? Okay. Don't touch it yet. I'll put it into there. Don't worry, buddy. You're on camera. What's that?
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I know you don't give a damn.
Keys, or do I do it up?
Hold on. Just give me a second. And again, I don't consent to this.
Can you give me the keys now, please?
It's in there. I don't consent to it though, so all of this is under duress. I do have the right to seek remedy after the fact. I'm not going to do anything before. You guys want to make this claim? That's all on you. Yeah, you can shrug all you want. I don't really care.
He's shrugging because you're talking nonsense and he knows it. Every single argument you're making has been struck down countless times by judges over the years. Because for one, and I cannot believe I need to say this, American laws don't work in Canada. And two, because every single one of your arguments like statutes and codes aren't law and governments are corporations, therefore everything is a contract, is based on faulty reasoning.
So just to confirm, you guys are going to continue to criminally harass me when I go out?
We'll continue to enforce the law, yes.
Contract makes the law, you know that, right?
Again, we're not going to go through this mumbo jumbo
Okay,
stuff.
that's fine. I just, as long as you know, that's all that matters. So you guys all done conducting business?
Sorry?
You guys all done conducting business now?
Well, once the tow truck's out of here, we're out of here. You're free to go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, you too.
And there we are, guys, another truck goes to car jail. This one annoyed me a bit more because he had 4 impressionable kids in the truck with him while pulling this laws don't apply to me nonsense. Hopefully they're intelligent enough to see this for what it is, but narcissists can be very convincing, especially to young minds. Hopefully they don't follow him down the rabbit hole or get in another uninsured vehicle with him. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave me a like, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. I really appreciate it. Right, take care all, and I will catch up with you in the next video.